Okay, everyone, welcome back to the same episode. uh,
Yep,
now,
this is
now
great
we
game.
can maximize our values. What?
Oh, that's the fucking issue. Okay, you need to get rid of that action one where it is.
Does it have to be
Because you need to,
next to the, have to be in,
yeah,
like, the
they have to
same
be on the
color?
same line. Yeah.
Okay, I
So
need
you're
it.
so so put the MP like or
Wait, can it not
yeah,
be
okay.
in the blue?
Um what I would suggest, here's what I would suggest. You take the HP2
Yeah.
and you replace it with MP2.
We don't have MP2.
Yes you do.
We have
MP2 right below. It's green.
impede. Oh. I thought you were saying MP, like magic power.
And now, the defense 1, change that to HP 2 or mind 1. It might be whichever one has higher value.
I don't fucking know.
And then change haze and hit to the cast and action.
Okay, we have it. I don't know how this works. I mean, I could fucking experiment and figure it out, but whatever. So anyways, the reason why I wanted to talk to you about the isekais was because I feel like you read a lot and do enjoy good isekai from time to time, and it makes me question why you haven't watched Konosuba.
Okay, so here's why I
Should've
don't
healed.
really like Konosuba.
It's funny, haha.
And it all boils down to one character.
Is it Megumin?
I fucking hate Darkness. Fucking hate her.
Okay, there we go. I think she's extremely sexy and hot, but I will say she's like the weakest of the three characters. Of the four, I mean.
Every single scene she's in just annoys the crap out of me. All
Like,
the other characters are great. I love them all.
I say that.
love the interactions. It's
Yeah.
just Darkness is just always there, and every time I see her, I'm just like, god damn it, I hate this show.
Yeah, like I agree with that, like sentiment entirely, because like here's the thing, fucking, God, all she is. Oh wow, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, this is why you do both of them, because yeah.
Dude, look at all that Sepith. So I don't hate Darkness as a character, but compared to the other three characters, it's kind of like really weird, because the main character, Kazuma, the god, Aqua, and Megumin are like very unique, funny characters, and like are
And even
completely
the
different
person.
to like
The
any...
random ass thief person was great.
The who?
The thief girl who taught the Kazuma dude to steal candy.
Oh, well, here's the thing, like, those three characters, like Megumin, Aqua, and Kazuma, are, like, very unique and different to, like, any other character in, like, any other series.
Yeah, and that's
Darkness
why
is just a copy pasta of Haha Masochist Girl, which happens, like, a lot, and it's like, that's not as funny.
And that's why I don't really... she just stands out like a sore fucking thumb, and it's just...
She stands out because she's, like, a generic character. It's like, okay, okay, whatever, this is happening. Like, she just is like, oh man, we've seen this kind of character before, and so, you know... It works with the fact that she's kind of fucking crazy and weird, but it doesn't work with the fact that, you know... Like, the other characters are very different and very unique original characters.
And, yeah, and so, basically it just boils down to, I hate her so much I can't watch the show.
Yeah. I don't hate her, I think she's fine and fucking hot, but it's just like, okay, you could have been a better character. Like, you could have been more unique or different or something.
And it's probably, I just didn't give it much of a chance because of that, but it was just one of those, I can't do it. Like, yeah. I could live with that kind of character in a different show, but when all the other characters were interesting and unique, and then there's just this one that's just dragging the show, and I'm like, And
Yeah.
and she's like in every single fucking scene. It's like, no, get out of here.
Yeah, I know what you mean, like, because it is very saddening. It's like, oh, come on, there's like so many better characters. Like, it's just like, well,
Like a
whatever.
generic sadist would have been better.
Who?
Like if it was a generic sadist, it would have been better.
Yeah.
They're just gonna throw that out there. It would have been hell a lot better.
Because she would be trying to fucking torture the main character, and that lead to more funny, like, in moments because of how unique the main character is.
Exactly. It would lead to more interesting, and it's like, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Now, see, if the main character was some kind of sadist, maybe the actual, thing would have worked out, but is it?
Is.
No, he's not.
He's not much of a one, but he's more of a sadist than anything else. He's a piece of shit, and so because of that, he's more of a sadist than anything. And that's the joke. And it's a good joke.
But anyways, it's not that I hate the show, it's just I hate one character, and because of that one character, I can't enjoy the show. I enjoyed the dojins.
I know you enjoy those, because you've told me about it. It's like, oh, I don't really watch the show, but I fucking read the hentai, it's pretty fucking good.
As long as darkness isn't in it, it's pretty good.
all the darkness hentais are just fucking... just S&M, and that's all it is. It's just her getting raped in front of, like, fucking other people and whatever.
Granted, I can't... Then there's all the freaking Mega Man hentai, which is just her using explosion, freaking fainting, and then getting raped.
She's a bad character. A lot of people like Megumin, and I don't hate Megumin myself, but I don't like her as much. I like Aqua a lot better.
Aqua is probably the best character in the show, besides the main character.
Yeah, main character's really good.
And then Aqua's second best, and then...
Megumin.
Yeah.
I don't think Megum... I don't hate Megumin, but a lot of people think she's like best girl, and I'm like, oh no, she's okay, she's fine. She's a good character, she's a great character, but fucking, she's also a lolly, and so therefore she's bad.
I'm actually... That's one of the few shows where I'm like, yeah, none of the girls are actually best girls, let's be honest here.
They're all pretty funny.
They're funny,
like
but
Wiz.
none of them...
I don't know if you know who Wiz is.
Probably not, because I stopped after, like, episode 4.
Yeah, I think Wiz is a character that's, like, introduced in,
You remember
like...
the first season where they fight the skeleton army or whatever?
Yeah.
I stopped after that.
Oof, ow.
Yeah. Yeah, that, like, episode 4 or 5 or something, yeah.
They have a lot of sexy characters, and which none are, like, the main characters, and it's funny.
Yeah, that's,
I think I only say this, and I think you should watch it, not because of, like, the characters or anything, but just because of how fucking funny it is. It's like one of the funniest fucking animes I've ever fucking seen. It's pure, like, beauty in that aspect.
And as far as isekais go, I'm like, oh yeah, isekais are pretty cool. And then I watch it and it's like, oh, it's the same thing as before. Okay.
It's more of a parody of other isekais. That's kind of why it's like the same as before.
I think that's kind of the issue with isekais, is they're just parodies of each other at this point.
Well, they're not. It's that this one's actually made to be a parody. It's just that other isekais, you think that they're parodies, but they're very, very, like, serious about it not trying to be one. Like, if I were to read an isekai later today, I'm like, oh, this is a parody of these isekais, but in reality, it's not. I don't know how many we need.
Just kind of go until you're like, what level are you?
Oh no, 18.
Go until you're like level 19 or 20. When it starts feeling like it's taking way too many battles to level up.
I feel like that's already happening because they're giving us like 20 experience.
Oh, are they only giving you 20?
Yeah.
Oh. Each or
Each.
total?
They give us 20 each. At first they gave us 100 each.
Yeah, see, this is what I mean by the freaking the level curves in this game,
I mean,
experience curves.
I'll have you know, they gave us 100 each and then 50, and now it's 20. I
Yeah,
mean, it's more like,
it's
yeah, it's
probably
like 29.
yeah, it's probably about time to call it quits then.
Let's do
How
it.
much separate do you have of each?
We have like none of black. We have like 200 of
Maybe.
black, I think, and 1,000 of everything else. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah, it's probably about time to call it quits.
Yeah, we have 700, 700, 800, 500, which is almost 600, and 1,000 of the last two. And let's do it one more time. And then we can continue on with the plot that no one cares about, because it's a bad game.
Okay, so if no one cares about the plot of this game, because the plot doesn't really matter in the long scheme of things, really. It's the what happens at the end of the game that they leave you hanging on that makes it good.
The death of 3 characters.
See, that's the funny thing. A spoiler. I'm just gonna spoil this right here.
Fine, I don't care. No
There's
one
no
cares.
fucking death.
Everyone who's watching this will know that we don't fucking care. This is a bad game, anyways.
So the whole the, what do you call that? The cliffhanger. The cliffhanger.
There we
Okay,
go.
so most cliffhangers leave you on either character looks like it's about to die, people are gonna die kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
None of it. That's not even close to what the cliffhanger is. No death whatsoever. No possibility of a death between characters.
Oh.
And that's what makes it a good cliffhanger.
Oh, because they're not like, oh man, will this character live or die? It's more like plot related, something cool.
Yeah, that it's. Yeah. That's why I find this to be one of the cliffhanger in this game to be one of the best ways to end the game ever. And they do it for they do that kind of cliffhanger for every single one of their games.
Neat. Yeah.
That's what's so well, besides the ending of the arcs, but that's because they're the ending of the arcs.
Oh my god, who's this beautiful lady?
The Great Karna.
Oh man. You have to voice her, remember?
Shit, I didn't quite mean her, but
You said the next 2 female characters. You got the one in the curd party and this girl
I meant
who
the two. I meant the two that would join your party, but
too bad. This one.
ah, shit, I can't even read that.
Oh no.
Oh hello. Yeah, I got oh hello. Can I help you?
There we go.
Yeah, I can't read that at all.
Oof. Oh no, do we have to do the abridged again?
This is something interfering with domestic violence.
What the fuck? Are you reading a news article? Anyways, okay. John's currently in a meeting on the floor, whatever. Can we help? Nah, we're not his customers. Oh, you're bracers. Hey, Karna is the name. I'm from this place. I don't recognize you. We're junior bracers. You're the kids from Roland. You did the thing with Shara. We did indeed do the thing. Yeah, we were told about you. You can't change until he's available, so look, go sightsee. Oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah, let's hang out. Let's party. Okay, let's party. Woohoo! Yeah, we'll come back later. Have fun. I'm gonna be a sexy girl over here.
I think you still check the board for quest. I'm not sure, but I think
you might be right. This game is bad.
Okay, no, it's just that one. Never mind.
And we already did it. Okay, now what do we do?
And I don't think there's any hidden quests. What do we do? Okay, that. Yeah,
Oh, we
okay, you already
found it.
did.
They built this thing. Whatever. World Palace ships exist. How did they use cannons? No. Plenty of artillery here. They employed a much more dynamic method. I know. What is the answer? Langland Bridge. No. It had been knocked out, so the bridge was unable to be used. Old and decommissioned ships were sent from upriver to be detonated and sunk. Since the mouth of the river is so shallow, the Imperial ships couldn't break through. That's neat, but it seems a little bit much. Yeah, fucking stupid. You can do whatever you want, please have fun. Okay, let's go explore and talk to this. Okay, let's go sightsee. Are these just fucking tour guides? God fucking damn, in every fucking city. Whoa, is this the bridge that people talk about? Look, Caleb, it's a bridge.
Look, it's a bridge.
I've never seen one before in my entire life.
I've never had either.
Oh my god, I wish we were playing Pokemon.
Well, to be fair, you didn't grind, so we can't.
No, I know. I have to grind to a really high level too.
Yeah, unless you want to grind. I mean, we could switch over and we could do some grinding while talking about bad shit.
Oh god, no.
I mean, we could do what we were just doing for the past, like, 30 minutes.
Yeah, but even then that was torture. We were talking about isekais, and we can no longer talk about isekais. They're all the fucking worst. Have
Yes.
there been new isekais? I don't know. They probably have. I don't remember anything. I know there have been new isekais. I just don't think any of the new ones have stuck out, so I'm not gonna recommend anymore. God, they're bad. I love them so much. Maybe
I
one
wonder
day.
if Free Monster ever got new chapters.
I mean, it has, but I fucking dropped that shit.
I,
That's the,
I still thought it was pretty good.
the one where he got reincarnated as an ogre and then he fucks a bunch of girls.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I dropped that because I'm like, I don't care, and someone also spoiled it for me. And when I found out the spoil, I'm like, that's cool and neat. I can't wait till it happens, and then it hasn't happened for a while, and I got bored.
Let's see, I went to go read the light novel at one point because they had it translated up to a certain point,
Yeah.
but I got to a point where it's like day 100 or whatever, and then for whatever reason they didn't translate like 20 chapters, so it was like day 100 then day 200. I'm like, oh no, we just skipped the whole arc where he saves a freaking princess. What the fuck?
Yeah. I'll say this. It's not much of a spoiler. It's just that the main character becomes like... Because you know how they evolve from like a goblin to an ogre? Because
Yeah.
the main character is different, he evolves into a demon lord.
I kind of figured that would happen.
Yeah, I'm like,
I
oh,
mean,
yeah, I mean, it's not much of a spoiler because you'll figure... Yeah, that seems obvious that it's gonna happen, right? But the fact that it
Yeah.
hasn't happened when I found out real early on, and I'm like... I'm bored. And I don't care anymore. It's like, they're just fucking a bunch of elves at this point. And I'm like, whatever, I don't care. I can
you
just
stopped
read
at that point.
Yeah. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
this is just a hentai doujin, and it's not even good yet. Because they're not actually showing them fucking the elves. They're just saying that they are.
You know, it would have been better if the entire if it was a hentai doujin. You know, I think it would have actually been better.
It's just that, like, I got fucking bored, and I'm like, whatever, it's not even... It wasn't okay. It was okay, but it wasn't even fucking...
Yeah, it was slowly starting to decline, and when I was reading light novel, I'm like, oh, it's still cool, and then I got to that point where it just skipped a couple chapters, and I'm like, yeah, I don't even care anymore. Because the freaking manga isn't updating except like once a month or something,
Yeah,
and it's like,
I only read the
slowly.
manga, which is why I got sad. Because it's like when you hear about something cool like main character's the Demon Lord, you want to fucking read that shit. But you feel like there's nothing happening in the fucking story. So you're like, okay, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of how I got to it. It was like, yeah, I pretty much caught up, and then I read what I could of the light novel up until they stopped. They just skipped the part. I'm like, okay, well, now I'm bored. You know which anime they should make, and if they did, I'd be happy, but they'd probably ruin it, so I'm not sure if I would be happy. Either that or they'd never finish it.
Which anime?
The frickin' the Konjinki Wordmaster one.
Oh, yeah, they have a manga of it.
Yeah, but you said the manga changed some
Yeah,
stuff.
the manga has changed some stuff. And now the manga is currently following verbatim what happens in the light novel. But the first like
Okay.
20 chapters kind of added a new character, which is weird because the character does exist in the world of the light novel. It's just that they're like, yo, this character exists in the light novel, but they don't actually write about that character in the light novel. It's sort of weird.
Yeah. Oh, is it one of the ones that happened in one of the light novel specials or whatever?
No, like it's not really a light novel; it's a rep novel. So
Well,
they just
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's essentially the same. What they did instead was that there is a character who has a daughter, who is a beast man and lives in the beast continent or whatever. And the manga
Uh-huh.
realizes that this character does exist, and the rep novel says that the main characters meet this character. The main character and the lolly wolf and the old man wolf. Those three
So
actually worked together and
Arnold
met the
and
daughter of this character.
yeah,
But they never wrote about that in the web novel. They just said that they did
right.
meet her. And they're like, oh, we met her and we actually traveled with her for a little bit. And so the main character's like, we actually met your daughter. And so the guy's like, you have? Oh my god, I've been looking for her. And he's like, yeah, I know where she is. And he's like, okay, I'll help you then. Because you know where my daughter is, and that's important to me. And so, like, the manga was like, since we know that this is gonna happen, we're just gonna write the intro of the light novel as a manga with this character inserted so it doesn't feel super weird later down the line when they refer to this character.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they didn't originally write about the character, but they're saying that they met them, even though the reader doesn't know that. So the manga's like, to help build that up, we're gonna introduce this character. And
But
so
anyways,
that's the only difference.
I would love to see that become an anime because shit, that was some good writing right there.
Yeah, it's a good fucking isekai.
One of the best. Because it wasn't all like it was about levels for a bit, and then it kind of like stopped because he's like, "Yeah, I'm overpowered now."
Yeah.
Like once he got to the demon side, it just became, yeah, it doesn't even matter about levels because I'm already stronger than basically everyone.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, when he gets to the demon world, in the Wordmaster Isekai, he's just stronger than everyone because he has to fight like S rank monsters, which are like level 100 or whatever. So as soon as he kills like 3 of them, he doesn't max out his level. He just gains so much experience that he doesn't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, he gained so much experience. I think like after that like arc or whatever, he was like level 133, and he's like, it doesn't even matter at this point.
No, I don't
because
think he's that high of a level yet. I know he's in the hundreds.
He was like 108. He was 108 or something, and he's like, my level doesn't even matter because of my magic.
Yeah, and I like how they have levels and stuff, but they don't actually show it to you a lot. They show it to you from time to time.
They showed it to you a bit in the tournament arc because it was like,
Yep.
let's just show you comparisons so that you have an idea of what's going on.
Yeah, the main character's like, I'm gonna use my ability to check everyone else's status illegally, because you can't do that normally. Because the main character... To explain for those who don't know, Konjiki no Wordmaster is a web novel that also has a manga, where the main character is transported to an isekai world by accident. He and 4 people from his school, were transported to another world, like you would expect, like always. And, what ends up happening is the main character is told to help to fight along, because he's not a hero. He was an innocent bystander accidentally summoned alongside these people. And he's like, I don't want to be a hero, so I'm just gonna leave. And
That, and he also didn't trust the humans who were like, let's go kill the freaking demons.
no, not that. He didn't trust them because they're like, to summon these heroes, they sacrificed the lives of 2 of the king's daughters to do so.
Wasn't it 3 or
It could have been
2 of them died? I think 2 of them died. 1 was critically injured, and they still were sacrificing the 4th one to do
Yeah.
it.
2 died. The 3rd one was unconscious, and the 4th
And
one
the
was
4th
able
one
to do
succeeded.
it. And they were willing to have
Yeah.
the 4th one try and do it. And he's like, and I honestly don't want to be here because I don't want to fight for other people. He's like, I don't know any of these people. Why should I fight for them? I don't want to lay down my life for these people. So he's like, fuck it,
So
I'm leaving.
So we spent the time trying to figure out the rules of the world and actually, see what happened before going, yeah, whatever. I'll fight with the demons later on.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just gonna leave, and he's like, and each person in the world has magic. All the heroes have, like, multiple magic, like they can use fire, lightning, ice, light, bullshit like that. And then there's something called a unique magic, which is just magic that isn't in one of those categories that's different. Like, a unique magic for one of the characters is the ability to create illusions that become real. Or something like that.
And another was a gravity one or something.
Yeah, like
or
another character had like a gravity magic. The main character also had a unique magic, and it was called word magic. Essentially, he could use Japanese kanji, because it's a Japanese thing, right? So, he could write Japanese kanji, and that word will become real. So if he creates the word fire and puts it on the floor, it will create a fire. If he
and it was in a certain area.
Yeah, and it would be like a certain area. It'd be like a 1x1 area, like 1 meter by 1 meter area of fire. And he could do something like he can write more stronger words. Like as he levels up and gets stronger, he can write words that have more like letters in them. Like he can do other things, like he can write the word sleep, put it on an enemy, and the enemy will be forced to go to sleep.
Or he could shoot the word out and have it. Yeah, and it just became just that style of magic just became like it opened up like an infinite amount of doors, basically.
Because he's like, I wonder if this word will actually work, and he does it. And it's like, oh man, this is stronger than I thought.
And it like depletes all his magic or something because he did it wrong, and it's just
like there's like some repercussions to it, but like that's essentially what it is. And he gets more abilities based off using words as magic.
And it just became a really good web novel because of how you could take all the word magic and actually put it into everything. And then, eventually it just became a freaking politics war.
Yeah. Eventually, and the main character wanted to leave because he just wants to read books. That's his entire fucking reason. He's like, I like exploring the world and doing 2 things. Eating food that's delicious and reading books.
Yeah. And yeah.
So like his that's all he does. So if he actually ever does anything, he wants his reward to be a tasty meal or a good book to read. And he's an absolute shithole. And he's like, I don't fucking care for you people. I don't need friends.
And his name, and wasn't his name Hiro?
Yeah, it's like Hiro Okumura.
Yeah.
And it's like, haha, lol, he's a hero. And he's like, I don't fucking give a shit. But yeah, like, that's just, it's a pretty good isekai. It's one of the better ones out there. I think it might be the best one.
It's probably the best one because
that's an actual isekai where it's being a serious isekai. Because you have ReZero, which is a deconstruction of an isekai, and you have Konosuba, which is a parody of an isekai. And I think those 2 are like the best isekais, but they're, essentially not real isekais because they're kind of poking fun at actual isekais.
Yeah, and then there's Konjiki no Wordmaster, which is a real isekai that is completely serious about itself. And is serious about the world they go into, completely ignore the fact that, like, at some point they're just like, yeah, you guys are from a different world, but who really gives a shit?
Yeah. Yeah,
because,
it's pretty good.
Like, yeah.
It's real good.
Real good. Read it.
Good. It's real good.
Read all 500 or 600 chapters that are currently up.
I don't think there's that many. I think there's more like 300, I think.
Was it 350
Yeah.
or something? I
Yeah.
don't know. I kept looking back at it as it was really as they started updating a bit more recently, and then it kind of stopped, and then I stopped for a bit, and it's just good shit. Good shit though. There's lots of lolies.
Yeah, there was a lot of lollies. Which is
Like 90% of the females are lolies.
yeah. And all the ones that wanna fuck the main character are lollies.
And that's kind of that's a big joke of the series too.
Yeah, it's a really fucking like ongoing joke. I think
Where even
the demon lord isn't a lolly, but she like is almost one or something.
no, she is. Well, okay, I think it would be more exact to call her a
Middle.
tonkel.
No, what?
Translation: just flat chested.
Oh, Patonko.
Yeah, patonkel.
I think
According
it's
to
more
my
like
Dojin
she'd be
tag.
more like I think she is 16 or 17, but she might look like a middle school student or something stupid like that.
She's 16 or 17 or whatever. She looks the same age as, the main character. She just has a completely flat chest.
Yeah. And that's it. So what was that cutscene about?